Hello, Taurus. It's been a while. My schedule's been really hectic. I apologize that I haven't had a reading up for a long time. I'm going to try to get back into the swing of things, try to make this, again, monthly. I was doing bi-monthly, but my schedule is a little hectic, and I believe that I'm going to have to cut it down to monthlies, but at least I'm getting readings up. Happy April, and let's get right into it. So this is going to be your April reading, and I was meditating or at least connecting with the Taurus energy before I started recording. And I'm already getting feelings for you guys. I'm getting that there is a ton of, I'm going to just call it spiritual energy around you guys this month. There's a ton of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like profound. There's this feeling of connectivity this month that, I definitely feel like you guys are in that spiritual zone. You guys are in that that energetic place of awareness. And so being surrounded with that spiritual energy, I think will really be a big motivator for you guys. I don't know if this month you guys have to trust your instincts or really come across with a spiritual mind. But I definitely feel like this month is really going to point to your guys's spiritual and energetic life, and it definitely feels like that's going to be an undercurrent for you. So let's go ahead and shuffle. I already shuffled a little bit, but let's shuffle a few times, and then I'll intuitively pull cards. Taurus. Yeah, I definitely feel you guys this month for sure. Okay, I've been told that's enough, so here we go. All right. Right off the bat, what am I getting for you? Oh, tablecloth is messed up. Okay. So immediately what I'm getting is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment in reverse, and the Five of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Yeah, this energy is really strong. It's almost like a nervous energy. I'm just tuning in. I'm connecting with this. All right. So immediately what I'm getting is the word displeasure. I'm getting displeasure. That's very interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to like calm down this feeling that I'm getting. Okay. So Taurus, immediately what I'm getting is the words displeasure. So you are very unhappy about something, and I feel like this is almost work related, or you feel like you've been putting in a ton of work towards something, and you're almost seeing no results from it. So it's kind of like using your best judgment. Like if I was speaking from a Taurus point of view, it's almost like I feel like something's not right here. I feel like something's not right. And I do feel like with the Pentacles being your first card that I pulled in reverse, it has to do with work. It has to do with your finances. It has to do with material things. Whew, I'm shaking. You guys have a ton going on. I feel like this is something that's been a long time coming. That's what I'm hearing, is a long time coming. I'm going to pull a clarifying card here. So you have the Eight of Pentacles rooted down by the King of Wands. So perhaps you were the boss of something and you don't want to be the boss anymore. Or perhaps you're tired of being the boss. You're tired of telling people what to do. You're tired of being the one who has to be the motivator. Like, why am I putting in so much work for this? Now, these are in reverse. And when I get reverse cards, I don't always mean the negative aspects of a card. Sometimes it really just relates to something that's going on internally, personally. And so the Eight of Pentacles tells me that you have been either displeased with the amount of work, putting in too much work, okay, I'm hearing constantly going above and beyond, and not being recognized for what you're doing. I feel like you have been trying to put in the time, energy, and effort into something, and that it hasn't been giving you the payoff that you require, or at least what you deserve. And so I am feeling like you're reaching this boiling point of why am I putting in so much work to this project if nobody is appreciating what I'm doing? I'm going to pull a clarifying card on judgment. No, I'm being told no. I'm being told to put another clarifying card on here. Okay. So you have the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like you came in strong and hard and you said, listen, I can see the deficiencies in the company that I'm working for or whatever it may be, and I'm here to help put it right. I feel like you almost came into a job or a situation that was failing or something that wasn't working out right, and you came in and said, listen, I know how to help you guys. I know what to do. I know how to get this straightened out. And so you put in the time, the hours, the effort, the energy, and it's not coming to fruition. Like something is not happening. I feel like you came in strong. You came in strong. You said, listen, I'm very action oriented. I'm very ready to help you guys get your stuff together and help this business grow. And if this isn't work related, it also can be putting in the work towards something like working with a family member or a partner towards building a business, or I don't see that there being a lot of cups. We'll see what the rest of the cards pull. But I don't see this being a very emotional thing so much as it's taking a lot of your energy. Okay. I'm going to intuitively cut again because I don't feel like the top card is going to apply to you. All right. All right, I'm going to shuffle. Interesting. I'm definitely feeling this displeasure, this energy of like, listen, I've put in a ton of work. I have been working my butt off for you people, and why don't you see what I'm doing? Why am I not getting the recognition that I deserve? Okay, here we go. So your next clarifying card is the Queen of Pentacles. So you have Judgment, and you have it rooted down by the Queen of Pentacles, and to me, that says that gosh, my heart is going. So again, we're having a lot of earth energy. We're having a lot of material energy, and we're having a lot of action-oriented cards. So I feel like this is definitely something that is requiring work. This is something that has been putting in work. Finances are involved, and you have been, I'm hearing, overlooked, which is unfortunate. Now, the Queen of Pentacles comes to me rooted down, or sorry, the Judgment comes to me in reverse. Okay, so this talks about not having the that success that you have been planning on. Like you're not seeing the seed take, you're not seeing the tree fruit. And the Queen of Pentacles is here to tell us, listen, you can be in control. You can be the one who gains and or helps the situation. But it does talk about handling the finances from an emotional point. Now, like I said before I started recording, which is the spiritual energy that I'm feeling, this energetic wave that I got before I started pulling your guys' cards, it definitely tells me that the things that you've been doing, originally you were motivated, you were ready, you were fiery, you were ready for action, and over time that spark has dwindled a little bit. Like you feel like I've put in a ton of energy, I put in a ton of work, and now I can see that it's not going anywhere, so I'm starting to just get a little bit like blasé about the whole thing. And that's not to say that you still don't care about the project so much as if somebody would just spend the time and give you the recognition you deserve, that you can definitely you can make improvements. You could be the one. You could be the boss. You could be the manager. You could be really beneficial to this whole situation, but nobody seems to want to give you that recognition, which is really frustrating. And I know for Taurus, you guys are so... And this is not a negative thing when I say this, but you guys are very materially driven. Taurus, you guys love soft materials and fancy things, and it's just luxury, and it's there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that you guys are vain or materialistic so much as you guys just like to have things be pleasant, be nice, be comforting, be soft. And I mean soft material wise, tactile wise, not like soft like you guys love challenges. But so let's move on here. I do see like your present moment being one of like, okay, I get it. The bottom line of the company that I got into, and this is all hypothetical. The reason that I'm using this analogy is because I know that almost everybody can relate to it. So here I am putting in all this time, putting in all this effort, and I'm aware of the company's bottom line. But if the company doesn't spend the resources to keep good people on, then the company is going to fail ultimately anyways. Here I am putting in my blood, sweat, and tears to improve the situation for somebody else, and I'm not getting any payoff for it. And so you're starting to realize, like, listen, this is not a personal thing. This is a business thing. They're not acknowledging me because of the bottom line of the company, not because I'm not doing a good job. Well, let's stress that. It's not because I'm not doing a good job. Okay, so let's pull another clarifying card here for the Five of Swords. Okay, I'm being told not that card. Okay, here we go. All right. You pulled the Ace of Cups. So with the Five of Swords rooted down by the Ace of Cups, I almost feel like you need to back away from this situation for a little bit, almost so you can see the opportunity that's being presented to you, because I feel like in your heart of hearts, you want to help, right? You want to be the one who gets recognized. Like, listen, look at all the work I've put in. This is how I built myself up to this position. I have earned my way. I have earned my way through. So here what I'm feeling is this is where the majority of this nervous energy is coming from, which is really interesting to me, because this is looking into the future, right? This is the future. And what's happening in the future is that you are focusing on the past. You're focusing on all the things you had to sacrifice and all of the things that you had to give up in order to climb this far. And it's like an uphill battle almost. And the thing is about the at least for like the energetic standpoint of this month of April, you guys have a lot of energies going on, but you don't have a ton of major arcana. What that tells me, you have two major arcana here. What that tells me is that you have a theme. Okay, you have a theme that's going on, and all of these supportive cards are what is sort of if this was a song, you have the major tone of the song, and you have all of these supporting notes. The thing is that some of these notes are off key. So it doesn't feel right. It's not flowing smoothly. You have a lot of jumbled blockages here. You have things, people that can't let go of the past, who keeps focusing on the negative, who keeps looking into the things that aren't working, who are really struggling to look forward. The only cards that I see here that are really looking forward are you being an inverted look forward. Like, God, I know I could do so much better than what I'm doing. I know that I'm capable of so much more than what I'm doing. So I'm going to pull one last card, and I'm going to call this the advice card. This is the advice card for the month of April. Okay, I feel you here. The Two of Cups. Okay, so now we're moving forward. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, and I love sequential cards because this is talking about the natural progression of things. Okay, so we have a lot of non-emotional cards, non-attachment cards. We have a lot of thoughts, actions, planning. We have a lot of work. We have a lot of internalizing of situations, and towards the end, right, as this moves forward in time, we have emotions. And because emotions you've been trying to shove down and put to the side so you can really focus on the work, what we have is that those emotions start to bubble up towards the end of the month. And they really start to take precedence over, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Why am I putting in so much time, energy, and effort into something that's not paying off? And so I almost feel like towards the end of the month, you have to take a step back and you have to almost let go, because your emotions need to be what drive you next. Because a business mind is a strong mind. It's the ability to put your own stuff to the side so you can get the job done. And I feel is that, you can't see the cards. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize you couldn't see the cards. Okay, so it's a business mind, and you're able to stick your own personal stuff to the side, and you're really able to buckle down and do the work. And I don't know if you guys have families that, you work long hours and your families are left at home. Perhaps you have somebody at home going, why don't you spend more time here? Why do you work so much? But I definitely feel like you have been gritting your teeth, putting your head down, and bucking tide. And that's a term we use when we're fishing, which is like the tide is coming towards us and our engines are wide open and we are going no miles an hour, no knots, because the tide is so against us, right? And so, or you're walking walking with headwinds. It's not like you have things actively working against you, but it's like the energetic pathways that you have been fighting against are preventing you from moving forward in a deep and meaningful way. I almost feel like you thought to yourself, okay, if I work this hard and I sacrifice a little bit, then eventually, excuse me, I'm going to get to where I need to go. The problem is that this situation has not been seeing a ton of fruit. And so you have the need, and I am calling this a need because this last set of cards here is like the future. It's like, this is what's happening. This is why things are, if we were here currently and we looked into the past, we can go, oh yeah, I get it. Once you're out of this trap, it's not really a trap so much as it is, you originally approached the situation thinking, I can see the deficiencies in the situation that I've gotten myself into that were pre-existing before I ever showed up. And I have what it takes to improve this person's failing business or to fix the deficiencies in something. I'm the one who can do it. Right. And so you put your all into it, and upper management is like, oh, great job. All right, go back to work. Like they don't care. They don't care about what you've been doing. You are not getting the recognition that you need. So this Queen of Pentacles keeps jumping out at me, and she keeps telling me, like, listen, there's a part of me, and I don't know how big this part is, but there is a part of me who cares. Okay, it's more than just business. It's like, now I'm personally invested. She cares about what's happening with this company, even though it's not your company. I don't feel like, it's possible that this is your business that you're trying to get off the ground, but I almost feel like it's not. I almost feel like a lot of these things are out of your control. But if it is in your control, and this is a personal business that you've been trying to get off the ground, I almost feel like there was, and when I look if I look at it from that angle and I look at this card, I'm hearing the words misstep, like I skipped steps or I missed something. That what I'm doing or what I have done, I didn't do in sequential order properly. Therefore, there was deficiencies after. So that's one way to look at it. Now, the frustration level is epic. I don't see cards that talk about fights and arguments so much as I just talk about this is like very personal. With the reverse cards you've got going on here, I feel like it's very personal. And I feel like this is a situation that you've almost been in before. And maybe not the exact situation, but I almost feel like this is a repetition of something that you've been through before. Like, why do I always get myself in these situations where I'm the one who's putting in all this time, energy, and effort? Why do I always get stuck with this? Why do I always want to be Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It? Okay, so let's move on to the end of the month. Now, we've already talked about this. This is a little bit of a frustrating situation. We're going to talk about this. So towards the end of the month, what you have here is this emotional release. It is this opportunity for I don't want to say that this is a defeatist attitude here with this Five of Swords. I don't want to say that this is like, I failed, because I don't think it is. I don't think that this ending or this situation here is because of a lack of trying. I really don't. I think that it has to do a lot with you just admitting, or at least to yourself going, listen, I see that this is not bearing fruit, that this project that I have is not bearing fruit, and I really need to take care of myself, take care of my home, take care of my emotional well-being, so that when the right opportunity does present itself, that I am emotionally capable and mentally capable of really doing well. So let's pay attention in April to your emotional health, your emotional well-being, because it's going to be the big motivating factor into what your next move is, what your next plan is, what your next phase is. Because I don't see that the situation that you've been fighting so hard for is going to be one that is fruitful. All right. I love you, Taurus. Happy April, and I will see you in May.